How do the 10 plagues of Exodus relate to modern ethical dilemmas? Imagine a story where nature itself seems to fight back against injustice. That's what the 10 plagues in the book of Exodus show us. They are more than just dramatic events. They raise questions about morality, power, and responsibility. These plagues begin with water turning to blood and end with a devastating death of the firstborn. They are a confrontation between Pharaoh's oppressive rule and the suffering of the Israelites. But how do these ancient stories connect to issues we face today? First, the plagues highlight the problem of authority misusing power. Pharaoh refused to free the Israelites despite warnings. Today, we see similar situations where governments or leaders ignore human rights or exploit vulnerable groups. It makes us think about when resistance is justified and what moral duty we have to stand up against injustice. Second, the story raises questions about responsibility and free will. The text says that God hardened Pharaoh's heart, which complicates who is truly accountable. Today, we deal with systemic injustice where external forces influence decisions. Are individuals responsible when larger systems push them toward certain actions? These questions are still relevant as we navigate moral choices in complex social structures. Third, the plagues reminded us to recognize a moral order beyond ourselves. The demand that Egypt acknowledge the Creator encourages humility and respect for life. In modern times, this can translate into caring for the environment and respecting others' dignity. It's a call to act ethically, not just out of self-interest but from a sense of higher responsibility. Fourth, the story shows how collective punishment can harm innocent people. During the plagues, children and animals suffer alongside the guilty. This raises ethical concerns about justice versus vengeance. Today, debates about war, sanctions, and social justice often involve similar questions about harming innocents to punish wrongdoers. Finally, the 10 plagues inspire us to think about liberation and moral action. They challenge us to consider how societies respond to oppression. Are we doing enough to promote freedom, dignity, and fairness? These ancient stories reminded us that fighting injustice is a continuous moral journey. So, these stories from the Torah aren't just about ancient Egypt. They speak to ongoing questions about power, responsibility, and compassion. They push us to reflect on how we can act ethically in our own lives and communities.